Hey, Soul and Love Stories fans, a big hello to all of you, and thank you so much for your encouragement and support. My back pain's gotten much better, and I'm able to keep creating exciting stories for you. I can even clean houses like Emma Grayson in this story. Imagine this. A 5-second nap on a toilet leads her to a millionaire CEO and flips her life upside down. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to help this channel hit its first 1,000 subs. Your support is the best motivation I could ask for. Let's dive into this wild romance together. Emma Grayson never imagined a 5-second nap on a toilet would land her face to face with a millionaire CEO and change her life forever. You won't believe how this cleaning lady turned a toilet nap into a love story. It was Friday afternoon at Pinnacle Heights, the swankiest hotel in Seattle, and Emma shuffled down the glossy hallway, clutching her mop like a lifeline. At 25, she was usually full of spunk, but after a week of double shifts, she felt as wiped out as Ross after 10 seasons of Friends. "If I survive this shift, I'm framing my paycheck with LED lights for flair," she muttered, her eyes drooping from exhaustion. Blame Jenny, her bestie who kept texting excuses like, "My cat's depressed, I've got to stay home and cuddle it," leaving Emma to pick up the slack. One last task, the VIP suite on the 40th floor. Then freedom. The VIP suite loomed ahead, but Emma was too beat to gawk. She pushed open the bathroom door, home to a bathtub big enough for a kiddie pool and a gleaming marble countertop, and grumbled, "Who needs a bathroom like this?" Her phone, tucked in her pocket, randomly blared TikTok music. Sweet Caroline on repeat, but she was too tired to care. She dumped disinfectant into the sink, scrubbing half-heartedly like a dead battery, then leaned against the counter. "Just 5 seconds," she whispered, eyelids sagging. 5 turned to 10, and before she knew it, she'd plopped onto the toilet lid. Yep, the icy cold lid, head resting on her mop like it was a teddy bear, drool seeping onto her crumpled uniform sleeve. Her soft snores mingled with Sweet Caroline from the phone she dropped on the floor, creating a bizarre symphony. In her defense, she'd been awake since the Seahawks' last loss. A game she'd bet $20 on and lost, still stinging. The world faded, and she slipped into peaceful sleep. Then Nathan Brooks stormed in like a whirlwind. At 32, the CEO of Pinnacle Heights, he was the kind of handsome that screamed, "Too busy to smile," with piercing green eyes and perfectly tousled black hair. He just escaped a marathon of board meetings. Old guys in suits bickering over profits like it was the Super Bowl. All he craved was a hot shower, maybe a whiskey, and zero human contact. He strode into his suite, tossing his tie like a cowboy with a lasso, unbuttoning his shirt like he was fleeing a fire. Barefoot on the plush carpet, he bolted for the bathroom, dreaming of steam to melt away the day. Then he opened the door and screamed like he'd seen the Loch Ness Monster. "What the hell is this?" Nathan's shout echoed, drowning out, "Sweet Caroline, mid bum bum bum." Emma jolted awake, flailing like a fish on dry land. Her elbow smacked the mop hit the bucket, and the bucket crashed. Splash! Turning the floor into a soapy sea, bubbles surging like waves. She tumbled off the toilet, landing in the puddle with a yelp. "Oh my God, what's happening?" Her phone kept belting, "Sweet Caroline," making it all absurdly worse. She looked up, blinking at the shirtless guy towering over her. Tall, dark-haired, chiseled jaw, eyes blazing green. Nathan clutched his chest, heart pounding like he'd run 5 miles in Seattle rain. "Who are you?" he barked, stepping back as if she might lunge with the mop. "Why are you sleeping in my bathroom? And what's with this music?" Emma's brain froze. "I'm not a thief, I swear," she stammered, hands up like she was surrendering, soap dripping from her sleeves. "But I might have just wrecked your floor." She scrambled to silence her phone, her face red as a Puget Sound sunset. "A thief?" Nathan frowned, voice cracking from shock. "You think I'm worried about my shampoo? You're sleeping on my toilet with TikTok blaring." Emma clambered up, slipping once on the wet floor before gripping the sink. "I was cleaning. This week's been brutal," she explained, pointing at the mop floating like a life raft. "I'm housekeeping, not a squatter." Nathan pinched his nose, trying to process the chaos. So you turned my bathroom into a karaoke dive because you're tired? His tone dripped sarcasm, but his lips twitched, betraying a flicker of amusement. I didn't mean to. Just close my eyes for 5 seconds. Okay, maybe 10. Emma winced. Don't fire me, please. I need cash for ramen, or I'll be eating grass with the squirrels. He eyed her, this soggy mess with wild curls and a uniform screaming, I give up. She looked like she'd lost a fight with a vacuum. Nathan wanted to be mad, really, but sweet Caroline stuck in his head made him chuckle. You've got to be kidding me, he muttered, running a hand through his hair. What's your name? Emma Grayson, she said, holding her breath. And you're just a guest, right? Nathan snorted. Nathan Brooks, CEO, and apparently your unwilling DJ. Emma's jaw dropped. CEO? I'm done for. He crossed his arms, still shirtless and oddly calm. I should fire you, but you look like you're about to pass out. Coffee? You need it more than a pink slip. Emma blinked. Coffee? With you? Here. She gestured at the flooded floor. I thought I was in the office, not a five-star hotel. Nathan smirked, stepping over the puddle. Call it a plot twist. Come on, before I change my mind. He turned, leaving Emma stunned, mop in hand, heart racing. Ever fallen asleep at work? Drop your story in the comments, and don't miss what's next. After the toilet nap fiasco, Emma Grayson thought she'd be out of a job, but she never expected Nathan Brooks to hire her as a culinary spy. From mop to Michelin, watch this twist. The next morning, Emma stood in Nathan's penthouse at Pinnacle Heights, the CEO's lair, holding a pitch-black cup of coffee he'd handed her, her face scrunching like she'd sniffed a dumpster. The place was massive, with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking a rainy Seattle, but all she wanted was to bolt. Drink up, Nathan said, now in a crisp white shirt, his tone casual. Consider it an apology for screaming you off the toilet yesterday. Emma lifted the cup, took a whiff, and blurted, Thanks, but this smells like sewer water mixed with burnt rubber. She bit her lip, thinking, Oops, I'm toast again. But Nathan smirked, his green eyes glinting with intrigue. Sewer water and rubber? You're a pro-critic already. Emma scratched her head, forcing a laugh. Nah, I just tell it like it is. Who brewed this? Trying to sabotage you or what? Nathan let out a deep, warm chuckle that nearly knocked her off the leather chair. Five-star hotel, but the coffee's like dishwater. I've complained for a year. Nobody fixes it, he admitted, shoving the cup aside. Emma shrugged. Don't scorch the beans, problem solved. This stuff's bitter like a crush unfriending me on Facebook. Nathan tilted his head, eyeing her like she was a goldmine. You actually know coffee? Emma blinked. A little. Worked at a cafe in college, but I quit. Customers kept ordering sugar-free lattes with extra whipped cream, like aliens wrote the menu. Nathan tapped the table, eyes lighting up. Here's the deal. Be my undercover food spy. Save this hotel's train wreck menu. Emma nearly choked. What? From mopping floors to tasting food? You're kidding, right? Nathan shook his head, dead serious. No joke. Let's hit the kitchen. Minutes later, Emma found herself in Pinnacle Heights' kitchen, facing Eduardo, the head chef with a belly like a beer keg and a glare that could grill her alive. The kitchen gleamed, scents of roasted meat and herbs swirling. Nathan nudged her forward. She's tasting your dishes. Tell us what's off. Eduardo roared. What? This mop girl's gonna critique me? I trained in Paris. Emma whispered to Nathan. You trying to get me killed? But Nathan crossed his arms, smirking. Go for it, toilet queen. Emma swallowed hard, grabbing a spoon to taste the truffle mushroom soup. She winced instantly. Mushrooms are good, but this is bland as boiled veggie water. I'm no Gordon Ramsay, but he'd trash this too. Then it hit her. Wait, this tastes exactly like that cheap joint in Tacoma. You copied their recipe, didn't you? Eduardo's face turned purple, his voice booming. What do you know? But Emma, sharp as a tack, pointed at a spice jar. Yeah, you skipped the salt 'cause that recipe sucks. Nathan covered his mouth, stifling a laugh, while Eduardo fumed. If you're so great, cook it yourself, he challenged, slamming the spoon down. Emma panicked but wouldn't back down. She darted to the stove, grabbing a pan, mushrooms, and spices, muttering, "Fine, I'll show you." But in seconds, she spilled oil, and the pan erupted into flames, like 4th of July fireworks. "Oh, crap!" she yelped, flailing. Nathan leapt in, snagging the fire extinguisher and blasting the blaze, his white shirt now smudged with soot. Panting, he stared at her and quipped, "You trying to torch my hotel toilet, Queen?" Emma flushed, stammering, "I didn't mean to. I just wanted salt." They burst out laughing in the smoky chaos, Eduardo gaping, hands on his head. "You're all nuts." Once the fire was out, Emma brewed Nathan a proper coffee. She handed it over. "Try this. No more unfriend-level bitterness." Nathan took a sip, eyes widening. "You're a gem, Grayson. Just don't burn my place down again, okay?" Emma grinned. "No promises," Eduardo grumbled. "I'm not beaten yet, kid." But his glare softened a touch. Sparks flew between them in that messy moment. Nathan started calling her Toilet Queen daily, and Emma fired back, "And you're the Picky King." One afternoon, he popped up while she scrubbed the 35th floor, hands covered in suds. "Grayson, you free?" Emma looked up. "Free to set your kitchen on fire again?" Nathan laughed hard. "Nah, come to New York with me. Biggest food event of the year. You're my ace." Emma's jaw dropped, nearly dropping her mop. "New York? With you? To burn down restaurants there?" Nathan shook his head, voice low and warm. "To save the hotel's reputation. I need you." Emma gulped, heart pounding. "Okay, but if I set something ablaze, don't blame me." Nathan smirked. "You don't need to be Ramsay. You're my Wonder Woman already." Think Emma should stick to the kitchen? Drop your take in the comments and subscribe to see what she does in New York. Emma Grayson thought New York was a dream until Vanessa Hart turned it into a nightmare. Will this Cinderella survive the drama? Keep watching. Nathan Brooks' private jet touched down in Manhattan, and Emma stepped out, clutching a borrowed green dress from Jenny, with a stern warning. "Don't rip it. I haven't even worn it yet." The city sprawled before her, skyscrapers blazing with light, honking taxis and the faint whiff of grilled cheese drifting through the air. "Holy crap, this is really New York?" she mumbled, glancing at Nathan in his sleek black suit. "I thought it only existed in movies." Nathan smirked. "Welcome to reality, Toilet Queen. Just don't set anything on fire here, okay?" The culinary event unfolded at a 5-star Manhattan hotel, where world-class chefs flaunted dishes straight out of a painting. Emma, her dress pinching at the waist, felt like a duck among swans. She fumbled with a glass of wine, nearly splashing it on a bald guy's jacket, muttering, "Why doesn't anyone just drink beer?" But when Nathan introduced her, "This is Emma Grayson, the one who saved Pinnacle Heights menu," she stunned the room. An expert handed her a plate of salmon with orange sauce. She took a bite and grimaced. "Fish is solid, but this sauce is candy sweet, drowns out everything. Who made this and forgot what taste is?" The crowd nodded, impressed, and Nathan beamed. "Told you, my ace in the hole." Emma shot him a glare. "Don't shove me out here. I'm scared stiff." The high didn't last. Day 2 brought Vanessa Hart, golden hair, red dress hugging her curves, smile sharp as a blade. "Nathan, it's been too long," she purred, sizing Emma up. "And this is your new assistant? Or a model/critic?" Emma smirked back. "I'm Emma. Used to mop his floors. Now I mop up his bad dishes." Vanessa sneered. "Cute, but this scene's not for newbies, sweetie." Nathan frowned, but Emma pieced it together. Vanessa wasn't just an old friend. She was Nathan's ex, now gunning to win him back for a juicy Pinnacle Heights contract. The drama exploded that night. At the gala, Vanessa sauntered over, wine in hand, and leaned into Nathan right in front of Emma. "Don't you miss the old days, Nathan?" she whispered. "One deal with me, and Pinnacle's on top." Nathan stepped back, voice icy. "I don't need a deal. I need her." Emma stood there, heart squeezing, insecurity flooding in. "She thinks she's Regina George from Mean Girls. But I'm not scared," she muttered, though doubt gnawed at her. Vanessa wasn't done. She leaked a fake video online. Emma accidentally spilling wine on a guest, captioned, "CEO smitten with clumsy maid." It spread like wildfire. attendees buzzing, and Emma wanted to vanish. They think I'm a supermodel. I can't even put on lipstick right, she groaned to Nathan in their hotel room. Nathan didn't let it slide. The next morning, he called a press conference in the event hall, facing a swarm of reporters with a face like stone. I've heard the rumors about Emma Grayson, he said, voice booming. She's here for talent, not tricks. Don't like it? Leave my hotel. Cameras flashed as Emma hid backstage, cheeks flaming red. But Vanessa wasn't backing off. She cornered Emma post-conference, taunting, "Hey, Cinderella, found your glass slipper yet, or still clinging to Nathan for a glow-up?" Emma, fed up after holding it in all day, snapped, "Yeah, I'm Cinderella, but I don't need slippers to kick you out of this drama." Vanessa paled, barking, "You wouldn't dare!" Emma grinned, "Oh, I dare. Bring it on." The crowd murmured, some snickering, as Vanessa stormed off. But Emma felt no relief. She bolted to the balcony, rain drizzling over New York, tears mixing with the drops. "What am I doing here?" she whispered, dress soaked, worn shoes slipping. Nathan raced after her, vest dripping, voice tight with worry. "Emma, where are you going?" She spun around, shouting, "I don't belong here, Nathan." "I'm a floor scrubber, not a CEO's girlfriend." Nathan grabbed her shoulders, pulling her close. "You belong with me. That's enough. You're not Cinderella. You're my Black Widow." Rain poured harder, but Emma didn't feel the chill. Nathan leaned down and kissed her, a fierce, wet, emotion-packed kiss. His lips were warm against the storm, arms tight like he'd never let go. When they broke apart, Emma gasped, laughing weakly. "You're nuts, Nathan Brooks." He brushed her hair back, smirking. "Nuts for you. Next kiss'll be dry. I can't promise, though." Emma took his hand, her chest light as if a weight had lifted. "Fine, but don't let me burn anything else." Nathan laughed loud, tugging her inside under the gala's dim glow. Vanessa could spread rumors. The world could mock, but Nathan chose her, and she chose him. Think Emma should stay or ditch Vanessa? Comment now, and don't miss the sweet finale. From rainy New York, Emma Grayson and Nathan Brooks returned to Seattle, and a big surprise was waiting. This ending will melt your heart. Stay tuned. 2 months after the Vanessa drama, Nathan dragged Emma to the beach near Pinnacle Heights, the sunset painting the waves red. "Let's take a walk," he said, holding a small velvet box, his tone cryptic. Emma, in a t-shirt and ripped jeans, scrunched her nose. "What's this? You renting the beach for a swim?" Nathan grinned, leading her to a cozy spot with a wooden table, wildflowers, and flickering candles. He dropped to one knee, opening the box to reveal a sparkling ring. "Emma Grayson, you're the biggest shock of my life, from napping on my toilet to making me laugh every day. Marry me." Emma's eyes popped, nearly tumbling into the sand. "Oh my God, Nathan, are you serious?" She laughed, tears streaming. "Yes, but don't drop the ring. I'm clumsy." Nathan slid it onto her finger, standing to hug her tight amid the crashing waves. "And here's your wedding gift," he whispered, handing her a paper. He'd bought her old college cafe, now named Emma's Brew. Emma yelped, "What? You're insane," Nathan smirked. "Insane for you." The wedding happened right there on the beach, simple but chaotic in true Emma style. Chairs sank into the sand, and Jenny, the bridesmaid, hollered, "Drink the punch, it's Seattle style, extra strong." Emma wore Jenny's white dress, loose at the shoulders, while Nathan ditched the suit for a crisp linen shirt. They swapped vows amid laughter. Nathan said, "Emma, you're the tastiest thing I've ever tried." Emma fired back, "Nathan, you dance like Chandler from Friends, but I love it." He pulled her into a dance, tripping over sand, the crowd roaring. Eduardo popped up with a perfect mushroom soup Emma had taught him, grumbling, "You beat me, Toilet Queen." Emma hugged him, giggling, "Thanks, Soup King." 2 weeks later, Emma stood in the bathroom, no napping this time, holding a pregnancy test. 2 lines. "Nathan, get in here," she shouted. He rushed in, t-shirt askew, panicked. "What? Another fire?" Emma waved the stick, beaming. "You're gonna be a dad." Nathan flopped onto a chair, clutching his head. From CEO to diaper duty, downgrade or upgrade? Emma leapt into his arms. "Upgrade, with me and the little one." He pulled her close, joking. Guess Emma's brew needs a baby milk special now, Emma whispered. I'm turning into a modern family mom. Nathan laughed. And I'm your Phil Dunphy. Under Seattle's sunset, they held each other, ready for a little family full of laughs and good coffee. Rate this story 1 to 10 in the comments, and hit like if you believe love starts in the weirdest places. Subscribe for more.